Under a canopy of age-old trees where sunlight only dared to whisper, Alex moved with caution. His path was lit by stories of the unexplained and the allure of the forbidden. The forest, vast and lying just beyond his town, whispered rumors of those who'd lost their way, specters in the night, and spine-tingling legends. In this living, breathing place, Alex found his destiny, hidden among the fallen leaves and their secrets. A weather-beaten trail cam, a silent guardian of the woods. Heart pounding with adventure and eyes sparkling with discovery, Alex felt a deep connection to this piece of technology, abandoned to the elements. As someone who thrived on urban exploration, uncovering remnants of human touch in the least expected places was his passion. But this felt different. The dense forest, its air heavy with the scent of earth and enigma, made this discovery feel significant, as if the camera was not just an object, but a portal, holding the last moments it had seen. Driven by dark curiosity and the thrill of the unknown, Alex imagined what secrets the camera might hold. Mundane wildlife or something else? What blurred the line between reality and the stories that kept him awake at night? The forest seemed to cling to its secrets, beckoning him to uncover what had been hidden in its embrace. Returning to the familiar world, the camera safely in his backpack, Alex felt slightly uneasy. The forest's ancient guardians seemed to watch, silent witnesses to countless tales. A feeling lingered, suggesting that with the camera, he'd taken something more. A weight the forest was all too eager to shed. Yet, the excitement of discovery outweighed any doubts. Unbeknownst to Alex, he didn't just find a trail cam, but a Pandora's box. It was the key to a door better left closed, for behind it lurked horrors that dwelled in the shadows, unseen and unbound by our world's rules. This forgotten camera, nestled in a forest that whispered warnings, was the first piece to fall into a chain of events that would unravel Alex's reality, drawing him into a tale as ancient as fear. In his apartment, a treasure trove of his adventures into forgotten places, Alex got ready to dive into the trail cam's mysteries. The walls, decorated with photos of crumbling buildings and signs of urban decay, silently shared his stories of chasing the extraordinary. His desk, a chaotic mix of maps, old newspapers, and keepsakes, now held his latest find. The trail cam, a quiet messenger of the unknown, was hooked up to his computer, its green light blinking as if in eager anticipation. As images began to fill his screen, Alex leaned in. His eyes moved over each time-stamped moment from the forest. The first pictures were like secret peeks into the lives of its residents. Deer in the moonlight, a hunting fox, and an owl looking majestic. Every photo, a simple piece of nature's puzzle, made his heart race. But Alex was hunting for something else. The anomalies, shadows with intent, and eyes shining with an eerie light. Then, hidden among the ordinary, was the extraordinary. An image appeared that seemed to chill the air around him. A creature, defying logic and science, caught in a moment of eerie calm. The creature looked like it had escaped a nightmare, seen by the camera. Its form was a bizarre twist, with limbs stretched too far, bending in ways that made no sense. Its skin a whisper of the emptiness between stars. Its eyes, even in a still photo, held a terrifying depth, as if they were looking through the camera, through the screen, right at Alex. Fascination overcame him, and a dark curiosity made him keep looking when every instinct told him to look away. He zoomed in, taking in every detail of the creature, its otherworldly perfection. It was as if this creature was made of the night itself, a piece of darkness made real. The room seemed to grow darker, the air heavier, as Alex studied the image more closely. What he didn't realize was that he wasn't just an observer. With every moment spent on the creature's image, with every attempt to understand it, he was tugging at the fabric of realities, calling on old, unseen forces. Alex had dreamt of finding the supernatural, of coming face to face with the unexplainable. Yet he was unaware that he had set off a chain of events that would challenge everything he thought he knew. The image on the screen was more than just a picture. It was a beacon, a bridge to the creature's world, setting the stage for an encounter beyond the realm of the possible. After Alex stumbled upon that chilling discovery, his world started to twist and turn in ways that sent shivers down his spine. Once a cozy retreat for thought and peace, his apartment became a stage for events that didn't make sense. Shadows grew longer and more menacing, moving across the walls as if they had their own will, forming almost human shapes. The air became thick and heavy, filled with whispers that edged on madness, voices speaking words he couldn't understand, yet they carried a clear purpose. Unlike any earthly chill, cold settled in, creeping into his very bones and speaking of dark, empty places where stars don't shine. Objects around him started moving without reason. Books fell from shelves, and pictures tilted on walls as if the ground beneath his home rebelled against some broken law of nature. Lights would blink out, leaving him in the darkness that felt too alive, every flicker a moment where anything could happen. Desperate for answers, Alex dove into old books and hidden corners of the internet, searching for any clue about the creature that now haunted him day and night. His search brought up ancient stories about beings from between worlds, the dimensional Shambler being one of the most terrifying. These creatures, the stories went, were drawn to those who had seen them, indeed, linked by a force that crossed dimensions. There were tales of people, like Alex, who had seen these beings in pictures or dreams, only to disappear, wiped from the world as if they never were. The Shambler, the darkest texts claimed, hunted by sight, its victims marked by the mere act of seeing it. Alex felt a dread settle in his gut as he realized his fascination had made him a target, his focus a light shining through the barriers between worlds. The danger felt more real with every piece of the puzzle he put together. Fear became his constant shadow, growing with the knowledge that he was being chased. Not by something you could talk to or understand, but by a force as ancient and relentless as the universe. It wasn't a chase across space, but across the fragile lines of knowing. Sleep turned scarce, every sound a warning, every shadow a hiding place for what was coming for him. Alone with his terror, he wondered how you ask for help when just seeing the threat is what endangers you. Alex stood on the edge of the unfathomable, staring into an abyss, ready to swallow him whole. His world, once wide with mysteries to unravel, had shrunk to a single sharp point, surviving an enemy pulled from the deepest of nightmares. The shift from waiting to facing reality happened quietly, with an overwhelming silence that seemed to absorb every sound. Once a comforting space, Alex's place turned alien, setting the scene for the Shambler's eerie entrance. The air was thick and electric, like it was charged with foreboding energy, signaling a tear in reality. Amidst this tense atmosphere, the Shambler appeared as a creature from the deepest fears, chilling the room. When Alex first faced the creature, it was a moment etched in pure terror. Against the dim backdrop of his living room, the Shambler's monstrous silhouette moved with an unsettling grace. Its eyes, empty of feeling yet brimming with a disturbing awareness, stared straight at him. It wasn't just recognizing Alex as its prey, but sizing him as a challenge. What followed was a chase that tested both body and mind, a struggle for survival. The apartment transformed, its familiar spaces morphing into a labyrinth of dread. Every corner seemed to conceal the Shambler, always one step behind. It felt like the building was in league with the creature, with doors leading nowhere and windows opening into endless nights. Alex, fueled by instinct, navigated this nightmare, scrambling for a way to outsmart this otherworldly hunter. When Alex first faced the creature, it was a moment etched in pure terror. Against the dim backdrop of his living room, the Shambler's monstrous silhouette moved with an unsettling grace. Its eyes, empty of feeling yet brimming with a disturbing awareness, stared straight at him. It wasn't just recognizing Alex as its prey, but sizing him as a challenge. What followed was a chase that tested both body and mind, a struggle for survival. The apartment transformed, its familiar spaces morphing into a labyrinth of dread. Every corner seemed to conceal the Shambler, always one step behind. It felt like the building was in league with the creature, with doors leading nowhere and windows opening into endless nights. Alex, fueled by instinct, navigated this nightmare, scrambling for a way to outsmart this otherworldly hunter. His plan was born from sheer necessity. Alex knew the creature was tied to its own image. In a rush, he arranged mirrors and screens to trap the Shambler in an endless reflection of itself. It was bold, attempting to ensnare the creature in its own gaze. As the creature cornered him, heading towards the trap, there was a moment it seemed to hesitate, caught off guard. Alex's heart raced as he activated the trap, hoping against hope that the myths were true. The screens lit up, and mirrors bounced the creature's form back at itself, capturing it in a perpetual loop. In that instant, everything went silent. The tension was tangible, reality itself bending under the strain of the creature trapped in Alex's ingenious snare. The Shambler, caught in its reflection, flickered, trapped between worlds. That moment held more than a breathless pause. It was a showdown with fear. Alex's quick thinking stood as a beacon of human resilience against the inexplicable, a defiance in the face of the darkest unknowns. As Alex faced off against the unearthly Shambler, the air in his apartment grew heavy. charged with the tension of a moment about to break. With his heart pounding, he had laid out his last stand against the encroaching darkness. The trap, using the creature's image against itself, was ready. The trail cam, the innocent beginning of this horror, now might be his only chance out. For a brief second, as the creature hesitated, caught in its digital reflection, Alex felt a spark of hope, a rare comfort amid his overwhelming fear. But the universe pays little heed to human hopes. That fleeting victory was just the edge of more profound despair. As Alex looked on, hopeful, at the screen displaying his clever plan, the world seemed to push back, unwilling to bend to his will. Behind him, an all-encompassing silence signaled a new rift opening, a crack through which the Shambler made its terrifying return. The realization hit Alex with the force of a tidal wave. His final, desperate attempt had not worked. Beyond human tricks, the Shambler stepped through, a creature of indescribable power. Alex's scream, filled with every shade of fear and despair, rang out, marking his end as he was pulled into the void. The rift closed as silently as it opened, erasing every trace of the battle that had just ended. What remained was a silent apartment, a space once vibrant with life, now eerily quiet, a monument to a gamble against the unknown. The device, its purpose spent, sat quietly, a reminder of a fight fought on the edge of reality. No sign of Alex was left, his very being wiped clean, leaving behind not lessons or victory, but a fade into nothing. Alex's disappearance, echoing a chilling caution within the annals of the unseen, transforms his apartment into a poignant relic. This space, gradually claimed by dust, is a tribute to his relentless pursuit of knowledge and the inherent human compulsion to venture into the unknown, heedless of the risks. It acts as a grave beacon for those drawn to unveil hidden truths, highlighting the existence of limits we are not destined to surpass, a delicate barrier separating our realm from unimaginable horrors.